Hello students, I welcome you to our e-learning class. We will start with the first chapter, Heredity and Evolution. You have studied what is heredity in standard 9th. Heredity is the transfer of characteristics from parents to offspring. In today's video, we will begin with what is evolution. Evolution is the slow and gradual change occurring in all living organisms over a long period of time. This is a very slow going process through which development of organisms is achieved. You all must be curious to know how life started on Earth. At the beginning, there may have been only simple elements in the ocean on Earth. From these simple elements formed the simple organic and inorganic compounds. Complex compounds like protein and nucleic acids may have formed from those simple compounds over a long period of time, that is many years. Mixture of such different types of organic and inorganic compounds may have given rise to the first primitive type of cells, and from these primitive cells developed the first living organism. Those organisms that could adjust and adapt to the surrounding conditions survived and grew. This is according to the principle of natural selection. Some of them that could not adjust perished. There exists huge diversity regarding shape and complexity in animals ranging from the unicellular amoeba, paramecium to humans and blue whale. And in plants from unicellular chlorella to the huge banyan tree. Life exists from equator to both the poles on the entire earth. Living organisms are seen in air, water, land, rock, etc. Different theories about origin and evolution of life have been proposed till today, of which theory of gradual development of living organisms is accepted. Theory of evolution. According to this theory, first living material, that is protoplasm, has been formed in ocean. In due course of time, unicellular organism was formed, and from these unicellular organisms, gradually larger and more complex organisms were formed. All those changes were very slow and gradual. What is evolution? Progressive development of plants and animals from the ancestors having different structural and functional organization is called evolution. To prove that evolution is an everlasting process of changes, we have proofs available in support of the theories. These are the evidences which supports these theories. We will see each evidence in detail. Morphological evidences. Observe the following animal images of a dog, a sheep, a fox and a cat. All these animals show similarities in structure of mouth, position of eyes, structure of nostrils, ear pinnae, etc. In the given plant images of a mango, sapota or chiku, guava tree, we can see similarities in characters like leaf shape, leaf venation, leaf petiole, etc. These similarities in structures of plants and animals indicate that their origin must be same and must have common ancestors. Anatomical evidences. Observe the given images of human hand, cat's foreleg, patagium of bat and flipper of whale. Use of each of those structure is different. For example, human hand is used to write, whereas flipper of whale is used to swim. However, there is similarity in structure of bones and bony joints in organs of each of those animals. This similarity indicates that those animals may have common ancestors. Vestigial organs. Degenerated or underdeveloped useless organs of organisms are called as vestigial organs. According to the principle of natural selection, such organs are on the verge of disappearance. It takes thousands of years for a structure to disappear. Such organs, though non-functional in certain organisms, it may be functional in others, that is, it is not vestigial in other organisms. Examples of vestigial organs in humans. Appendix, found in intestine, which is useless or vestigial for humans, is useful and fully functional organ in ruminants like sheep, goat, cattle, buffalo, etc. Muscles of ear pinna, which are useless or vestigial for humans, are useful in monkeys for movement of ear pinna. Tailbone or coccyx, which are useless or vestigial now, were the remains of a tail from our ancestors, which was used for balancing their body. As humans started to walk using their legs, these organs turned to be useless. Wisdom teeth, which are useless now, were used earlier for chewing plant tissues. Paleontological evidence. Large number of organisms get buried due to disasters like floods, earthquake and volcano, etc. Remnants and impressions of such organisms remain preserved underground. These remains are called as fossils. Study of fossils help the researcher to understand the characteristics of the organisms that existed in the past. Fossils are collected from different levels of depths. The oldest ones are obtained at the depth, while the relatively recent ones occupy the upper surface. A systematic study of these fossils and their occurrence revealed that the deepest layers were found to have fossils of invertebrates. The layers above them were found to have fossils of amphibians like frogs and fishes. Above this layer, fossils of reptiles like lizards and snakes were found. The recent layer, or the topmost one, showed fossils of birds and mammals. Thus, study of fossils is an important aspect of study of evolution.